please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So this is hopefully a bit of a quickie video. Hey, you like a quickie, baby? That's what I actually call my YouTube shorts. What was it? Rabbi from Another Planet Quickie? So hopefully this is a quickie video because I came across something yesterday that surprised me. There's a new Torchwood somewhat rebooting Torchwood at Big Finish, and it actually sounds very good. Now, I didn't even bother looking at this, right? I just went right on by it because I'm out of Torchwood. I'm not interested whatsoever. For a lot of reasons, right? I like Aliens Among Us, although that season worked. Then I thought Gods Among Us didn't work, and I found it reasonably offensive, especially when they started name-checking Israel as with the traditional narratives of they're the worst people ever, right? Listen, I understand you guys probably believe all those narratives about Israel. I have to tell you, most of them come from Hamas, who are virulently anti-Semitic and they hate Jews. It's the most ancient form of anti-Semitism. It's called libels, blood libels. So I know for you out there, you go, well, they just mentioning a word, Zionism, whatever. Like for me, you're holding up a Third Reich cartoon of a Jew and go, what's wrong? It's fine. It's real, isn't it? All you Jews have big noses. It's the same thing, mate. It's the same. So that turned me off from Torchwood instantly, I have to tell you. And then Captain Jack got cancelled. John Barrowman got cancelled by the BBC. And he's not coming back. I mean, I think it was the BBC. They had a release recorded with David Tennant. It would have made a lot of money from the Big Finish. They had to pay a lot of people back who bought it. So I don't think it's very realistic to say it was Big Finish that wanted to cancel the release. I think it's much more likely that the BBC, the license holder, they're the ones who pulled the bug. But my point is this: I'm not really interested in Torchwood anymore. It seems to be completely divorced from what Torchwood was on TV, which, not necessarily a bad thing, right? But my point is this: I see Torchwood and my eyes glaze over. I don't look at all. So when this thing came out, I think this is a real terrible branding issue they've made, because this sounds really genuinely exciting. Let me put it up. Like, share, subscribe, please. That'd be fantastic, right? I am very, very, very grateful for you liking, sharing, subscribing. It's fantastic. It really, really does help me. Like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things are good. What else is there? Sign up my Substack, my email newsletter. Sign up my paid Substack, my paid email newsletter. Follow me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram, on Rumble, all these places. Fine. 1970's Torchwood versus the Altons. So what this is, it seems to be like a mashup of 1970's adaptation of John le Carre, like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, which you should really check out. It's much better than the movie they did. I like the movie a lot. So it's got that like that, or I think Edge of Darkness, but Edge of Darkness is about 5 years too late. That 1970s BBC political thriller with Doctor Who monsters in it, right? That's essentially what it sounds like, which sounds fantastic. They need to brand this as its own thing. But making it Torchwood, again, I just walked by it, and now I'm actually quite excited by it. Why am I excited? First, it's written by Guy Adams. Guy Adams is normally very reliable, a strong writer, and it's starring Louise Jameson and Omari Douglas, both two actors who I think are fantastic. Louise Jameson is brilliant, right? Why is Louise Jameson brilliant? I mean, other than being insanely gorgeous in the 70s, and she's still beautiful now. It's just a different form of beauty. But like, I don't know. Once I was watching, is it Underworld? No. What's the one? It's essentially Robert Holmes having a dig at tax collectors. It was around Underworld. It wasn't Underworld. It's nearly there. What was that? Sunmakers. There you go. And one of my kids walk in, I hit pause, and it just be having Louise Jameson on screen. I could have taken that frame and hung it on the wall. She looked stunning, beyond stunning, right? And then I just tried randomly pausing it whenever she was on. Every frame of that thing, she looks stunning beyond stunning. But she is such a deeply intelligent actor as well, right? If you haven't heard The War Doctor Begins, she is the creative force behind that. It's absolutely fantastic. She's a very intelligent person and a very intelligent actor who takes apart her roles and understands them and imbues them with authenticity. So I'm really excited when I ever hear Louise Jameson in it, especially this is what she said. So she stars as Roberta Craven. As part is a part that gets your actor's juices going, which is fantastic because she. This sounds a bit dirty. She's great. Great actor juices. I tell you. But I'm excited to hear the portrayal. I would like to hear a trailer. She's anxious, driven, very funny, and has a lost love. So I like that we're dealing with a very layered character. Again, this feels like 1970s political thrillers, that I like a lot. It looks like she's, Roberta's surrounded by politics and threats, and she's saving the world. So it looks like she's dropping a pebble in a pond where, in actual fact, she's constantly in the middle of the tsunami. And Omari Douglas in it. Omari Douglas was fantastic in It's a Sin. Magnetic. When he was on screen, your eyes would just go to him. He was absolutely fantastic. Very, very hotly to be, who was it? The 15th Doctor, and I would be very surprised if he didn't at least have an audition, right? He had that quality, right? So him in it too is fantastic, right? So Omari Douglas Adams, Neil has come across what he thinks is a game-changing project, which spins into a life that he doesn't expect. He's led down a spiral into a world where a world of corruption, governance, and violence. Yes. We're in a 1970s thriller territory. Roberta, Neil has met somebody who is equally tenacious with an air of mystery as he embarks on new adventures with them. Right, so it's the 1970s, part one. 1970s London, a place of suspicion and murder. The association of an entire embassy comes to the attention of Torchwood. Now, again, I think they should have just called its own thing, like the 1970s unit invasion. They should have just made this a mini-series, but maybe you need a banner to sell it. I think they had the Peloton's box set last year, and it didn't do very well. That was for its own reasons, right? You have to have writers in it that you have some hope will be able to deliver, and I just didn't feel that with the Peloton box set, and I would like it to work, but. I didn't try it, and it's vanished off the face of the earth. Nobody talks about it. It looks like I backed the right horse, not buying it. There is a global energy crisis. There's an alien invasion. Petrochemical companies are the subject of hostile takeovers by this mysterious Ness oil. Extreme hostile takeover. Roberta Craven was once a spy. Now she's broken. But can she still see the patterns in the world? That are closing around her. This sounds really good, right? This sounds really, really good. Part two is a lot of people have died, and not for the first time in life, Roberta Craven has changed sides. Traveling the world with a dead man, she's negotiating world peace, or is she starting a world war? The Autons are coming, and Torchwood won't stop them. James Goss, the producer, says, a world energy crisis doing a deal for scarce resources with unspeakable entities, an espionage thriller in the spirit of John le Carré. Oh, look at that. As spies and governments work against each other, unaware that they're caught in a trap by the Autons for control of the world's oil, because you can never have enough plastic. Welcome to the 1970s Torchwood. I really think it's a bad idea to brand this as Torchwood, right? Or maybe just change the logo. Have it like a 1970s font or something. Torchwood 70s. Let me know it's something different. Because this sounds very good. This does sound very good. And I wouldn't have even looked at it if I just looked at it by accident, right? And listen, Lou Jameson, James Goss, Guy Adams, go and promote this. Go and promote this so people can know what it is. Because this sounds like an experiment that should do well. Because it sounds like it's going to be pretty darn good. So I think I'm going to buy it. I'm holding out till I hear an ad. Let me know what you think. Okay, let me know what you think in the comments. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. And ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.